me pull up the results.
Gavin, right?
It was Gavin.
Gavin should be the winner.
Yep.
He's coming up here for his interview. Gavin, I've seen him race.
We got Gavin here. Amazing run out there, man. Got that bump.
Yeah, I didn't really want to be in the C, but that's just how it played out for me this weekend. But
you got the Slash Enduro win, though.
Yeah, I guess that is a good part of the weekend. Got me some lap times, even though it wasn't great practice. But, you know, got a feel for it, and car's pretty good right now, so hopefully can do something in the B.
Congratulations, man. You having a good time out here?
Yeah, I'm only running one class, so.
Right on. Who would you like to thank?
Paul Ciccarello, helping me all weekend, and all my sponsors, so.
Right on. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Back to Jason and Joe back in the booth.
All right. Oh, we hit the big camera. There we go.
And so we just finished up the two-wheel open buggy C main. So that was Gavin that took that one. But no, that was the pro.
Yeah, that was a pro.
Now we're into open two-wheel. I'm confused by having two, but
I believe we're bumping 2 out of this one.
Okay, good. Yeah, looks like we got a good lineup here.
You know, all these guys have been showing speed all weekend. It's just that consistency. Now, what do you think about this two-wheel open scenario? Because I like the explanation behind it. It's guys who want to run mod, but they don't want to run against like Rivkin and Fenn and all that.
Yeah, we had this class many years ago on our JConcepts series. We had, two-wheel mod, pro, or expert, whatever you want to call it, and then we had the open, which was for the drivers that did want to run the modified motors, but didn't also want to be in the same class as the top pros. So that I'm okay with it. I'm not sure exactly if it's worded all correctly yet. I think we used the word open as well. Two-wheel, I think it's a little confusing because sometimes open's like unlimited or whatever the case may be. But we'll figure out the wording. But I think there is some value here in having another class where you can run modified, because we've really hammered the 21.5 and the 17.5 classes to kind of the death here. I mean, we have them all, and I don't know that the answer is just make the cars slower all the time either, because then all of a sudden then the tech and all that stuff becomes so critical because everybody wants the speed. So yeah, the difficult part is driving a mod car and then just actually tuning the power down.
Right. Your ESC, it's a huge difference in how you set that with modified. A lot of people don't even play with it. Ooh, we got some mayhem going on in the middle of the field. I don't know who that is who just jumped into that second spot. Ryan Cottle, though, will be your leader. We got a battle for that number 2 spot over the double-double. That's a good question. Do you see a JC flannel coming out anytime soon? Oh, Lord. That was for a bump. They're not making him hold. He's going to keep going.
Yeah, what we've been doing right now with the shirts is, for some reason, everybody kind of likes them. We've been what I've tell people is make a bet with me about the results or something.
Yeah.
And then they can win one, is how I've been telling our guys and our drivers. And you try to make it something that's kind of achievable, but at the same time, they have to run their best.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. So that's what I've been telling people right now that ask me. So, for instance, Chris Van Air this weekend,
Yep.
he was talking to me about plus classes, went 2-wheel and 4-wheel drive, which, it could happen.
It could, definitely. He's been doing excellent.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, let's make something that's possible, and if you do it, then I'll get you set up.
All right, we got 250 left to go. Ryan Cottle, your leader, followed by Brett Nelson in that 2 in that final bump position. Ryan Therfelder in the 3, not too far back. I have a question for you. So I noticed you're not running 40-plus mod this weekend. Are you done for a little bit, or?
I haven't actually raced off-road in a year.
Wow.
It's been my longest time I've ever gone without racing, probably since I started. I haven't run in a year, and yeah, I just I I don't mind not racing, to be honest. I'm okay with coming here and trying to do things like this or support our drivers, try to think about notes and things to bring back home that we can do better with and to have incorporate into our product line, or just do a little bit better job as a company and a business. And I tell people, you know, I've run hundreds of races. I've raced a lot. I got lots of laps. Everything I've learned is from RC, but you know, I don't come here and just need to live out my own racing goals and my own fantasy. You know, I've already had a racing fantasy, so to speak, and coming here, I can really watch others and try to cheer. Almost 50 years old. With watching others do well or helping other people do well and trying to make our product better.
Yeah. Great career, kind of in the golden era of RC car driving. You were right in the ranks with Masami and BK and all those guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't trade a lot of it for anything. I've raced against the best in my era. You know, stood next to them on the driver's stand and running the same races, and battled with Masami, Kinwall, Pavitas, and the Francises, and all these guys that are so famous and so good for their wins. And I raced with them, and I've won my fair share of, you know, other events, and really getting our product line started with my racing and the four-wheel drive and the tires and bodies and stuff. So I mean, I still like to drive the car. That I still would like, you know, by no means not could I ever race again, but there'll be a time. But at the moment, you know, I'm okay being here and supporting the others.
Right. Well, you know, they do have a vintage race coming here at the end of March, I believe. That might be your time.
Yeah, you know, you never really know. I mean, I have some others that want to make sure that we have. They've offered to build a car for me. Not that I can't build it myself, but a lot of people, you know, they like to be involved. They also want to help. Guys like Cedric, the Villers over in France, he's talked to me about working on building a car, and you know, I'm excited about all the racing, but the vintage especially is pretty fun.
Yeah, man. Well, that is awesome. Do you think you're ever going to get Gotti Jr. to a track again?
I think it's possible if we get something that's near him. He might get out there and do a little bit of running and racing.
I think it's got to be like right next door to the track if he's going to make it out. Oh, so we got a warm up here for four-wheel drive stock. All right. I thought we were done with the warm ups. Ryan Potter. So yeah, you were up here doing an interview with Matt.
That's right. Yeah, we were going to bring in Dirk to talk a little bit about the vintage class.
Okay.
Flash. And you know, that's still going to happen here, but you know, we're trying to fit it in between some of these warm-ups, some of the races themselves, and you know, I think it's been it's just kind of hectic here today. We're trying to run through an entire event essentially in 2 days.
Yeah.
An event with almost 500 entries.
No, 503.
Okay, so we got
503.
Yeah, so we got 500.
Congratulations,
entries.
man! From what we hear, you ended up grabbing that one.
Cool. Yeah, man. Got out front pretty early and was being super easy. Just wanted to go to the B. Kind of pulling everything together a little bit late this weekend. That felt good. A little boost of confidence, and hopefully can take that into the four-wheel B Open and short course main.
All right, man. Congratulations out there. Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you, sir, and really impressed with you guys. You guys do an awesome job. Thank you for coming out and giving us some awesome coverage, awesome photos. Us racers really appreciate it.
Appreciate you. Thanks, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, back to you, Jason and Joe in the booth.
All right, we're running some warm-ups here.
Yeah, this is the four-wheel drive.
Yeah.
A main warm-up. Pushing a little harder today. Track is in good shape. It was really sticky this morning, but you can see the drivers are pushing. They're happy to be back out there, I think, right now, because they've had a pretty substantial break.
Ethan Hoskins, though, he really proved in that C main that you can push on this track as hard as you can, not as you want, but
Yeah.
he almost got Dalton there on that last lap just by pushing like a madman.
Yeah, that's kind of his strength. He seems to have another gear to be able to push these cars a little bit more.
Yeah.
So what do we got here? We're coming up to race 28 of 63.
Yep, so I'm told we're going to have a 15-minute break after 29, so I'm guessing that's when we're going to get Dirk and Eddie into the booth. Are these 2-minute warm-ups?
I think they're a little bit longer. It looked like that two-wheel mod one they had earlier was 4 or 5 minutes.
Okay. Well, there's 10 seconds, left to go in this one.
What do we got for our hot lap king?
I don't have a... Here we go, fast lap. We got a 20.6 out of Hunter King.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, obviously Hunter's still running the TLR brand.
Yeah.
Obviously still showing he can get around the track.
Well, I mean, there wasn't a hard line after Dakota stopped. Now, it's going to be very important where TLR goes from here. They can't just keep resting on their laurels. They got to come through with their promise on releasing the new vehicles. And, in my opinion, they might be a little bit ahead of their time with what they did with the team. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what they come out with next, because they're talking about a new stadium truck as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you can say whatever you want. They've made some good cars over the years, some of the best, obviously. And we got another warm-up here going with the mod four-wheel buggy crew, but they know how to make good stuff too. But the question is, do they want to? Do they want to be in that market? Do they want to battle with this? It's pretty clear that they're okay with racing.
Yep.
Horizon is, because they don't mind flashing the NASCAR stuff and making these partnerships and Monster Jam, NASCAR, whatever. They want to be like involved in racing.
Yep.
If it helps sell the vehicle. But I think in this case, this is a different animal, and I think that somebody hasn't been super impressed over the years with what this has been the return for them.
Yep.
They've made some mistakes. I'm sure they would admit that with the parts availability issue they had. Nobody's perfect. Everyone has their fair share of problems, so do we.
Yep.
Everybody else, but that was something that definitely hurt the parts availability of the vehicles, and then not updating them. So kind of a trickle-down effect. And
it is.
there is a new two-wheel. Dakota was running it at the end of last year. He was running the new two-wheel.
Yep.
So was Tater. They both had one, and it's out there. I mean, to make a new stadium truck is not that much more of a commitment than already of making the two-wheel drive. So I think the stadium truck's kind of easy for them. It's an easy thing to come out with. The question is there a market there for them to have it to sell? And if it doesn't do well, the two-wheel or a potential stadium truck, or talked about refreshing the four-wheel, then if it's not there, you got to expect that it's done completely.
Spencer Rivkin with the hot lap of a 20.3, Brennan with the 20.3, Chase with the 20.5. Those are our top guys right now. We're kind of hoping to see a 19.9 in one of these AAA mains.
It's certainly possible. I think your best shot at it is something like, you got to get one of these guys that, like a Dakota, that's chasing somebody, trying to chase down someone to get in there at the end, and that's when you'll see a 19. If somebody's out front and they're gone, you're not going to see it. But it's possible that if you got one of these guys that can really lay it down, like a Dakota, if he's a little bit behind, you can see, or Spencer. I'd say Spencer, Dakota, Brock, and Chase Lemieux would be my picks for maybe dipping into that range first.
Yeah. Dakota was really close last night with the 20.1. Ooh, wow. truck just sent it right there. All right.
Yeah, so we're getting a kind of an update. It was a 2 minutes there, like you said. It was 2 minutes, not 4 or 5. So
Yep.
Spencer 20.3, 20.4 for Davey.
It looks like Matt's gathering up Callan Henley right now. Or, sorry, Eddie Henley.
Gathering of the troops.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, one of the things, Horizon's owned TLR for they're on their 25th year now.
Okay.
It's been a long time since Pop Slowsy sold the company, so Horizon's been keeping her going well for 25 years. That is pretty good.
The question is did they get to 25 years owning it themselves?
I would say that would give you a little bit.
So if Losi, so if the JRX2 came out in 87 to 97 is 10, 2007 is 20,
Yep.
right? So well, they didn't get to that. They didn't
No.
get to 2007.
No?
So Horizon has owned Losi and TLR longer than they did.
Right, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I see Dirk coming into the booth. I'm going to give him my spot.
All right, guys, so we have the Clash of Champions going to be coming up here. Vintage Clash of Champions. We got Dirk and Jason Roney here heading this up. Let's get you guys on and let the crowd know everything that's happening with that event coming here in March. Thank you so much.
All right, everybody. What's up, Jason?
Hey, how are you doing, Dirk?
Good to see you, buddy. So, wanted to come out today and just see Hoosier again and see what a big event looked like. And check out the hotel. So a lot of us are going to be staying at the Caesars in Indiana for the event, have a little fun, bring the legends together, and do some cool stuff for the event. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think we talked about this a little bit at our race here back in, October. We kind of went over some of this stuff, and it's about the marketing and it's about the promotion. I think you guys have kind of taken the ball and run with it to promote this event coming up in March here at Hoosier RC, and we kind of went over a lot of the details at that time. You guys have been kind of fine-tuning some of the items and the guests and the different individuals that you got coming in that are going to be, kind of the top dogs from the old era of RC racing. And you've been obviously very instrumental online with Old School RC, and not only there, a lot of the other vintage forums and opportunities that there are, to just talk vintage and be involved in this side of the hobby. And so, it's nice to see that you guys are putting in a big effort forward to do this.
Yeah, I mean, we're excited. The live cast have been amazing, sitting down with the legends and the different people that are going to be here. And, we're also doing a sponsorship series where we're sitting down with sponsors of the race, talking about the history of them and, kind of where they started. So we got several more of those coming. We're trying to do those every Sunday.
Okay.
And, I know we're going to have you on as well, and Matt soon, to talk more about the event. But, being here just, tells me that this is the facilities to do this at. I know people have a lot of questions about tires and the different things, but, these vintage cars are fun with grip, I can tell you that much. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way that this track is. If you want a central location, if you want a nice big track, if you want good pits and an area to, kind of have a larger style of event, you got to have that first. And so that's what this is. Sort of the byproduct of that is, Eddie wants to run the surface like he does for those other big races, and so you're going to run slicks. I mean, you just have to kind of know that that's the situation. Sure, we'd all like to go outside and do the race in the dirt, but at the moment, this is the best option. This is the best way to do it, and so just get the slicks ready, and that hasn't been any different from any of the Vaughn Nats that they've had. There's a lot of slick tire racing in that. And a lot of these tracks that are indoors are catered to that type of surface. And without creating a very special kind of one-off track, this is kind of what you're going to get.
And it is. I mean, I want to thank Eddie and Angie for hosting the event, and Jason, personally, thank you for stepping in and being the title sponsor. We do have, a lot of great sponsors that have stepped up. MIP stepped up as a platinum, Team Associated. Cal RC, and you got the can't stop. This was a dream of mine, and I know you and I have been talking about this for years. But a dream, of course, is important, and being able to show off your rides. But to me, a vintage event is more about community than it is anything, and bringing everybody together, have a little fun, talk a little crap like we did back in the day, and spend time together, right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's what you need, and the industry is in a position right now where these cars, vintage style cars are in style. A lot of them are coming back out, and it's not only Associated. We have Kyosho, and we have Tamiya's always had their vehicles available for the most part. And Yokomo, they've jumped in there with a lot of vintage releases themselves. So there's a lot of these available cars and equipment out there where people can enjoy it, and you almost have a class for everything here.
Yeah, you can't forget about Schumacher as well. They've stepped up recently.
Correct.
Also, and it's funny when you think about Schumacher. They've been involved in this industry longer than most. They've been around for a very, very long time.
And very good and innovative equipment along the way. A lot of times, the Associateds and the Team Losis in those days kind of stole the thunder with their really heavy hitter drivers. The Masamis, the Clifflets, the Jay Halseys. They kind of had the cream of the crop. Jack Johnson and Kyle Reed and all these guys, Bill Losi Jr. himself, and that was the heavy hitters of the 80s and the 90s, and then and Schumacher. The drivers at that point, they had great equipment, they had great cars. I know a buddy of mine, Brad Relfs, who was the B in the BJ4, he was a Schumacher driver, loved the equipment, liked some of the innovative ideas that they had, and I think that they didn't have the and so. But like you said, they have some of the best cars out there. They're one of the originals, and they are re-releasing some of their cars. They did the Top Cat, they did the Cougar 2 now. They have the Cat, and they're piling them up.
Yeah, they are. Masami had some great runs back in the days with the old Schumacher XL when he originally ran it in four-wheel drive.
Yeah, he won the 87 Worlds with that one.
Yeah. 87 Worlds, and same year Joel Johnson won with the two-wheel drive car. Speaking of legends, I think we're up to about 13 right now that have confirmed for the event, and we're trying to slowly announce these to y'all to keep building some suspense and gear up for the race. But it is Drew's kind of titled this event Epic, one epic event, and it is definitely going to be an event you do not want to miss. And, adding the casino in, we're going to be doing some fun things with the legends when they're here and have some special things for them. We're working really hard in the background to make sure they have the cars to drive, and, Mike Kirby and Drew and Eddie, and all of us have been very involved in that. And I'm going to be honest, I have, different legends reach out to me about once a week wanting to come to the event, which is cool. And, we're going to be doing some interviews that are going to blow y'all's mind with some people and some stuff I found out recently also. But we're really excited to sit down with you, Jason, and talk about the BJ4 and kind of what it evolved into. I don't want to give too much away now and take away that, but I know there's a lot of people that have questions about that one for sure.
Oh yeah, there's a lot to talk about before and after the BJ4.
Yeah. All right, cool. I don't know, Matt. Have we got any questions that have come across?
I think we're pretty good right now. If you guys can hear me. Pretty much it. I think they're just about to get some racing going once again. We got the race of the blowers right now out there. That's for sure. But no, this race looks like to be an amazing event, and I can't wait for it here. Clash of Champions, March 28th to the 30th, 2025 out here, guys, here at Hoosier RC HobbyPlex. Brought to you obviously by JConcepts, Jason Rona, the entire crew over there. Go over there to JConcepts.net, grab some goodies, and I know they have a lot of vintage hop-up parts that are like new age stuff, so it's all sorts of candy that you can get from JConcepts.net. Alrighty, guys, well, thank you so much. I'm going to shift it back over here as we have some more racing going on. Thank you so much, Dirk. Clash of Champions, March 28th to the 30th, vintage. We'll see you there.
Thank you, fellas.
Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for tuning in with us here. And we greatly appreciate you guys. We're coming into, I do believe, the A main event. Where's some B mains, actually? Let me pop up our over RC Garage. Let's take a quick commercial break. Claim your profile. And we are back and live I know, it's kind of like we just changed places and changed what we look like and everything. We are not Jason and Dirk. So far racing has been super cool.
It really has.
You know, a lot of bump ups. That battle between Ethan
and
Dalton was amazing. You know, so that was really cool.
Was able to push. He almost pulled that off.
Almost. So he was. I think if he wouldn't have grabbed the pipe coming over on the left-hand side or on the center of the track, but going up, he was going to do that jump.
He was.
And he still did it, but that was his parkour move that we all enjoyed. So that was pretty cool. We're in a little intermission break right now. Eddie is giving the track a fine-tooth comb right now. They put a little spritz down. He's getting the thumbs up here to Mr. Lance McDonald. And it's looking like we are almost set to go here. So we have drivers starting to line up on the driver's stand here, Joe, and it's looking to be a crazy clash of champions. But we still have a lot of racing to go. I was saying, like, oh, we're in the A-mains. We're not even in the A-mains, bro. We still got some Bs to go.
We got all the Bs. We got through the Cs. Now we have all the B-mains left.
All the Bs to go here. So got a lot of racing here ahead of us, guys. Thank you so much for all your guys' support. Grab one of those waffle tickets. Tons of good prizes. And we'll drop that link for you here. Hopefully our internet holds with us here. We're in the red right now, so that's not a good thing.
No.
But we have been battling it, man. It's seemingly getting worse. The Slash Enduro race, amazing.
Yeah.
Thursday, I had it on all day, and I was looking at it, I'm like, man, something's up with this thing. And I was talking to Eddie, and he got the internet guy on it, and then they updated something, and it looked like it got better. Then we got into Friday, and then it's just been a push and pull, and it's been starting to win here on Saturday. So I'll be definitely looking into more styles of equipment for these indoor events to start bonding a lot of things and getting many different ones together. So I've kind of put it off because it's many thousands of dollars to do it. I've looked it up, and I just haven't wanted to pull trigger because it's just so expensive.
Well, that's why it's important to participate in the waffles. Not only do you get to enter the chance of winning a super rad prize, such as an RC10T or your choice of Team Associated 10 scale, but you're also helping out the mod crew.
Yeah. So we don't put it out there, guys, so it just does cost a lot of money to do all this stuff. But it's one thing that I've been looking at. I really need to find that right product. There's a couple of them out there, but it's holding those subscriptions every month. So we could have $200 to $300 worth of just data subscriptions that we have to hold for a year.
Yeah.
You know, so it gets expensive, and then we might not use it. So it's one of those things where I have to look at and see what the right thing is. That's why I do like Starlink, by the way, is you can turn on and turn off those things with the click of a button.
That is nice.
You know, we're going to look at a mobile one here going forward. Definitely going to have something like that. We're going to bore a hole in the roof here and get that done for next year so we don't have these issues. But we greatly appreciate your guys' support and sticking with us all the way. So if that feed does go down and it buffers, until that feed actually stops, and like you see the little stupid commercials come up on YouTube, stay on that feed. Because it's trying to repick back up again. So don't go away from us. We're trying to make it happen. So they're lining up to race here. Joe, we got some more good racing coming up.
We do. We still have a long day left to go. I think we're going to be done about 9 o'clock Eastern is what I was guessing.
Right on. All right. Well, I am out of here, and I'm going to jump back down and do some management.
All
Thanks,
right,
Joe.
sounds good. Throw the camera back to cameraman Chris. All right, we're getting this one off and running. This is going to be your 40-plus four-wheel drive mod buggy. We got Mark Decker leading us off. Cameraman Chris is saying it's kind of a good start. Well, of course it was a good start. We got a bunch of wily old veterans on the drive. Down top 2 bump, but our leader goes down. Jason Grimes are going to go. A little bit of a bobble from Jason Grimes. That's going to put Decker back up into that number 2 spot. T. Anthony Thomas saying big snow coming tomorrow. He's not wrong. That's why I'm taking off at 6:40 a.m. in the morning. Cameraman Chris says they're definitely making a snowman. Oh, for sure. You know, I bet a lot of people from California. All right. Mark Decker. Grimes in the 3. .330 left to go. We're on race number 30 of 63. Sorry. Cameraman Chris is in 32. I'm getting the word. Did everybody off of the Wi-Fi? 100 people off of the Wi-Fi. Mark Decker holding on to that lead. He's starting to pull away from Rob Pauley a little bit. Top 2 will bump. Jason Grimes trying to get back to the bumper of Rob Pauley. He's got a tall order in front of him. 2:40 left to go. Oh, leader taps at the end of the straightaway. Only cost him about a second and a half. Calms down, gets his car going straight again, and holds on to the lead. Yeah, man, I wish I could have been up here. Old vintage stuff, but this booth is only so big. So I actually took my opportunity to walk through the hobby shop for the first time and some of their vintage. Oh, our leader upside lead, seconds on his rear wing, but they got a bunch. If you've never been here, you got to come here just for the hobby shop. All right, oh, our leader's coming up to traffic there, nose to tail with a minute. Top 2, bump to the 8. Top 2 bump. Oh, a little bit of lap traffic. That's putting Rob Pauley on the rear bumper of Mark Decker. Mark Decker gets around. Now it's Rob Pauley's turn. Rob Pauley gets around clean. All right, we got 55 seconds left to go in this one. Rob Pauley to the lead. They're gonna make it around one more time. Oh, leader pops a tube. Mark Decker's still in that bump position. And Rob Pauley's going to come in with the win. Mark Decker finishes in the 2. JJ Truex in that 3 spot. On Rob Pauly. All right, I'm here with Rob Pauly, holding into that second, waiting for your chance to strike. How's your car feeling right now?
A little more grip than the last time I was out, so I was just wanting to hold on and just make the bump. I wasn't going to try and push him until he made a mistake on his own, and then I was like, why not just go ahead and take the win? So,
Right on. Is there anyone you'd like to thank?
just my sponsors, High Tech, Raw Speed, TLR, DVR, and Sticky Kicks. That's it.
All right, man. We'll see you in the main. Good luck. All right, back to the booth.
Alrighty, guys, I have totally taken it down to absolute minimum. So sorry if there's, as he's panning, you know, it's a little slower. I don't know what to do. I don't know if the storm is affecting us. We're at green right now, so hopefully it shows smooth for you guys out there. I have taken down us watching any videos in the background, even though that should be download. Just everything shut down. Any open tabs we have, just anything that could suck up bandwidth, we have totally shut down to bare bones, like almost taken the doors off of the automobile for weight. We are taking everything out to get you guys a good stream here. So thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully it's looking smooth. Enjoy the racing.
All right. Big pile up in the start. All right, Matt's about to post a coupon code just for our viewers, 10% off at Mod Speed Shop. All right, let's see who's Tom Sherman's in the lead. He's pulled away. Adam Chadra in the 2, Larry Nelson in the 3. Top 2 are gonna bump. Chadra going from the 4 to the 2. Tom Sherman got away from that early race mayhem, and he is gone. We still got 4:10 left to go in this one. Tom Sherman, your leader. Looking good out there. Already looking at the backside of lap traffic. Gets around. All right, that's your number 2. Battle for 2 and 3 between Adam and Kaysen. Adam and Kaysen battling for that final bump position. Getting their way around some lap traffic. We got 3:15 left to go. I believe cameraman Chris is up next in his B main of 4-wheel independent buggy. I heard a lot of Lexan slapping, but I didn't quite get that on the camera. These short courses make a whole lot more noise than they do damage. It's a lot of Lexan hitting. Tom's pulling away from Adam. Adam's pulling away from Kaysen a little bit. So your coupon code for modspeedshop.com is Clash of Champions, all capital 2025. All capital, one word. That'll give you 10% off. Yes, the waffles will be after the mains and then after the awards. Kaysen starting to catch back up to Adam with 1:55 left to go. They're 3 seconds apart right now. Our leader, though, Tom Sherman, making his way through traffic. Race number 32 up next. That will mark just past the halfway point of our program. Oh, our leader upside down. That's his first real mistake. Marshall does get to him. That's going to let Adam catch back up a little bit. Not quite enough, though. They're about a straightaway apart now with 1:10 left to go. 1 minute left to go, excuse me. We got 45 seconds left to go. Tom getting a little edgy coming into the infield with 30 seconds left to go. I think Tom's pretty well got this one. Adam's comfortable in that number 2 spot. Iowa Audits is wondering approximately what time our mains and awards over. I'd like to get a waffle, but not home yet. I would say, so your central time, I would say get